is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Zanny Boy is going to be joining us today, and we're going to be talking about all things content because he has not left me alone all day. So here we go, my friends. If you are somebody who feels like they have been completely stuck with getting content out, maybe you feel like you've burned out a bunch, you have no idea how these other creators are getting content out on a daily basis. They're able to post on YouTube, their stories, get emails out, post on Instagram, TikTok. If you're somebody who is struggling to even just get out one post on one platform, maybe on a daily or even a weekly basis, this is gonna be perfect for you because over the last 6 years, I have been a content creator. I have started 2 different businesses. I've scaled both of those businesses, and we post across pretty much every single platform. So what I'm going to teach you guys a little bit about today is how I've been able to expand my channel, my Instagram, my Facebook groups, how I've been able to essentially build 2 7-figure businesses from building out my content and having a content strategy. So I'm going to teach you guys a little bit about what's important to be able to consistently produce content, but I'm also going to talk to you guys a little bit about the strategy that I've been using to keep my content really fun, and also been able to produce content for 6 years for 2 different companies. First things first, let me break this down for you guys. My first company is called Fears to Fit Coaching. It is a fitness coaching business, and for that specific business, we have an email list. We post on Facebook every single day. We post on a community page every single day, so like a coaching page. And then we also have my main page where I was doing a lot of posting for the past 5.5 years. Then we have the Wealthy Women's Business Academy, and this business essentially is where we do business coaching. I teach things like this where I do content creation, and we have the community page on Instagram. We have my main page on Instagram, and then we have LinkedIn, Pinterest, email, Facebook. So we're pretty much on all platforms. Okay, now let me just tell you guys first off, I do have a media team. I have someone who edits my videos. I have a marketing specialist who plans out a lot of the content for me, and I go in there and I change it up. And then I have a social media manager who does post across all the different platforms. Now, I'm not saying that you need this whole entire team in order to do this because I actually only hired my media team about 4 or 5 months ago. And up until that point, I was still posting on my socials all the time. I was still posting on our community pages, and I was still getting emails out, but I was dying. Okay, but here's the thing is that no matter what, for those both businesses, I was still able to consistently pump out content on a daily basis. Now, if you also know me, you know I am the story queen. I am on my Instagram stories pretty much every single day without fail. And the reason is because if you want to build a business, if you want to make money, if you want to establish authority, content is queen. That's what I always say. Content is queen, not king, it is queen, okay? Because content is quite literally opening up a portal for you to have influence, and having influence opens up a portal for you to create any kind of wealth that you want to create. Because when you have influence, you can leverage a lot of different things. You can leverage different communities, you can leverage brand deals, you can leverage getting people into your programs, right? And selling things online. So let's talk a little bit and dive into this video so we can talk more about how you can produce content consistently. Number 1, first thing I want to talk to you guys about is the organic growth method that we've basically created at the Wealthy Women's Academy. So we created the Coach's Organic Growth Method, and basically what this does is it takes you through the steps that are necessary for you to consistently produce content. I've always been able to post consistently because I felt really confident in my messaging, and I felt really confident in what I help people do. And so the first thing you need to get really, really clear on is who are you? Who are you specifically? We call this self-mastery. So self-mastery basically breaks down what is your story? How did you get from A to B, right? What things in your life and what life experiences have you had that qualify you to support other people or just to post content, right? Right, buddy? Just looking up at me, he's such a cutie. The second thing, so once you have that self-mastery piece down, you can hone in on your messaging and you can create clarity in your messaging. You can then powerfully position yourself. So what I mean by this is you want to look at what social media platform do you want to be on. For me personally, my best platform is for sure Instagram. I would say secondly is going to be Facebook. We use email, and we also use TikTok a bunch. And my demographic primarily does sit on Instagram. So that's where I prioritize my content no matter what is going on in my life. The big thing for me is I make sure I have my profile set up properly. So you guys will see here, I'm actually going to show you our Wealthy Women's Business Academy profile. So you guys can see here, what we have is the Wealthy Women's Business Academy. You can see our highlight reels are super clean. We have the client results there. We have social proof. We have different parts of our methodology that we teach so you can see why you would want to even work with us. And then you guys see the mission statement in our bio. We actually have less of a mission statement, and it's more of this is exactly what we help you do, because we want people to come to the page and know whether or not we are the perfect company for them to work with. So we scale people through organic lead generation, and we help them master their messaging and then scale out teams. So that's what's going to help you position yourself powerfully in the marketplace. You have to be able to know exactly who you are and feel confident with putting that up front. Okay, that's really, really important. So once we go through self-mastery and then powerful positioning, the next thing that we do is we work on translating that across and basically building out different pain points through your messaging to help bring that to your audience. And so something that's really cool that I actually am going to take a second to show you guys an inside look of is what we call our organic growth method machine. So once you have your messaging down, what's really cool is it's super easy to produce content because you have pain points consistently, you have things that you can be speaking about, and I'm actually going to give you guys an inside look at the organic growth method machine that we've built up that actually auto-populates a bunch of content for you. So you can basically make hundreds of pieces of content out of one single pain point that you find for the person that you want to be working with. And what's really simple is that if you know your own story, right? If I think back to when I first started my business, I can think of, okay, how did I get from here to here? How did I go from, $1,000 a month to 10,000? How did I go from 10,000 to 30, from 30 to 100, right? And so I can think and reverse engineer the steps that it took me to get there, but I can also think about what were the pain points that I had during that time. Okay, so I want to really quickly show you guys something really cool that's helped me develop a strategy that's made me pretty much never run out of. Dude, he's so needy today. He's just so needy today. But I want to show you guys the method that I've been using that helps me plan my content out a month in advance. It helps me never run out of content, and it's super easy for me to pump out things I feel really aligned with that also help me bring in ideal clients and soulmate clients and still build a community. So this is our organic growth method machine, and I'm really excited to let you guys in on this. So basically what this is it's a auto generator of content. So what I do is I talk to you guys about the self-mastery and mastering your messaging, right? And so what I do is I think of all the different pain points after mastering my messaging, and I put them here so that you guys can see it. So you see here I have fear of eating more food, right? So let's say that that's a pain point. What we do is I teach, basically I've learned and I teach our clients how to set an intention for their content, and then also I give them the different types of content. So we rotate through 9 different types of content. Some of them are educational, social proof, personal stories, right? Connection stories. So there's 9 different types of content that we teach our students. And so what's really cool is if you have one pain point, that's already 9 different types of content. And what's really cool is if you have a different intention for every single pain point, you essentially put that into a different piece of content. And so what we do here is I'll take one pain point and I can create over 100 pieces of content simply from just putting it into this machine. And so what's really cool is if you have different phases of your program and you write out all the pain points of your ideal client like we do here, essentially what we do is we just auto-populate that into the organic growth method machine. So this is something that we teach inside of our organic growth method mini course. And what's really awesome about this is that once you start to just go through and think about different pain points, whether you've done a sales call day or whether you've had a really heavy day of client check-ins, it's super, super easy for you to plug and play with this machine here, and essentially it just auto-populates a bunch of different pieces of content. So if you have a day where you're in a funk or you just don't know what to be posting or you feel like you've already talked about something, you can come in here and you can have a bunch of different pieces of content. And this is just with one pain point. So you can imagine that if you master your messaging, you master your powerful positioning, and you understand who you work with, you're gonna have tons of pieces of content. And so then what we do is we go to our editorial and I plan all of my content out for the entire month in advance with my team. And if we have any launches or anything like that, we'll just fit it into the sequencing that we do. But what's cool is that you think about your ideal client. If it's November, December, and it's the holiday season, right? If you're a fitness coach, easy, they probably are struggling with guilt, shame, binging, overeating. So think about the season that they're in too, and you can start making themes for different months and plugging and playing that into this content machine, which I think is the super cool thing about it.